Welcome to Delta Entertainment, everyone. I am your host, Lincoln Kenobi, and today we got a special one for you. Now, this is due to the results of the election polls this coming Tuesday, which we are 2 days away, just 2 days away, to seeing our future president come in, and that is Donald Trump, bro. Which I hope in God Almighty we get him, bro. All God Almighty. So here we go. Walt Disney Company has much to fear with the outcome of the U.S. elections, proxies, polls, and more. So, this does not look good. So let's take a read at this and see what we have. November 30th, 2023 was the day that that the activist investors Nelson Peltz threw his hat into the ring to wage a proxy battle against the Walt Disney Company leadership. Though unsuccessful for Peltz, November 2024 is slapping up to be perhaps even more formidable for CEO Bob Iger, with headwinds at every corner. It's not just the opportunity for a new activist investor to take on a company that has struggled to stay north of $100 per share. It's the dawning of the socio-political environment in stark contrast with the vision of a mega corporation that wants to reimagine tomorrow. Let's play what is looking like the less likely scenario for a moment and explain why Disney faces a struggle no matter which way the presidential election turned out. For a moment, think about what happens if Kamala Harris wins. The Walt Disney Company threw the candidate a major assist with an ABC News debate where moderators admitted they practiced to fact-check one candidate with the motivation to prevent another CNN debate result. That's what it meant. With co-moderator Davis had studied hours of campaign rallies and interviews to prepare for the much-anticipated event at Philadelphia's National Constitution Center, and we're ready to counter the candidate's most outrageous statements. Davis, wearing pink glasses while speaking to the Times over breakfast at the Ritz-Carlton in Philadelphia, said the decision to attempt to correct the candidates was in response to the June 27th CNN debate. People were concerned that statements were allowed to just hang and not be disputed by the candidate Biden at the time. Of the moderators, Davis said. LA Times featuring Lindsay Davis. Of course, ABC News is under the direction of Disney's VP Dana Walden, and Walden just happens to be very, very good friends with Kamala Harris. In fact, they're such good friends that Walden introduced Harris to her husband. They're that close. So with ABC News having seemed to work hard on the behalf of Harris, someone has to be rewarded down the road. If you're Disney, you not only probably owe that reward, but you also might be keen to have your next CEO be bestie with the most powerful person in the world. That's an excitement you just can't avoid. Yet putting Walden in charge of the company in 2026 with Bob Iger presumably exits his role once more is a risky situation. After all, Walden is the head of all the Disney televisions and streaming, and we've covered her here. The results of her leadership have not been overwhelmingly great. If you need evidence of that, check out the Nielsen ratings week after week, and you'll see they're now dominated by Netflix, Amazon, and even Paramount or Max. Disney tends to only make it on the charts these days with acquired properties. That's problem number one. And trust me, it's the least bad situation Disney has. They can surround a lackluster CEO with a team of handlers if it gets them access to all the benefits that come from presidential coziness. But don't for a moment think that I'm blustering here with crazy speak. Even the entertainment and investment intelligentsia now openly admit Disney has lost faith in their internal candidates for the next head of the company, including Walden. The move by Gorman to say that Disney is targeting a 2026 CEO announcement suggests that the board thinks the internal candidates, which include Dana Walden, Josh D'Amaro, Jim Piataro, and Alan Bergman, are not quite ready to take over yet. But the 2026 date does not mean Disney can't make moves in 2025. So then what about the other scenario, the one that seems more likely? According to polling commission by the American Thinker, Michigan is looking like a nail-biter in the presidential elections, and its most friendly state in the supposed blue wall, Rust Belt swing states for Democrats. According to the poll, Michigan likely voters have Kamala Harris at 49% and President Donald Trump at 48%. However, the ranking is reversed when it comes to competency, with likely voters giving President Donald Trump 1 point advantage. Meanwhile, they're pretty darn sure that Harris poses the greater threat to democracy. In the upcoming contest for the U.S. Senate, the Republican Mike Rogers is also ahead of the Democrat Elissa Slotkin by 1 point. Indeed, Real Clear Politics currently has the former president up in the likely national vote. Most pundits believe even getting within 2 points would make it difficult for Democrats to hold the executive branch. And there's some worry for the left that a few polls with strong outlier tendencies have skewed this to hide just how strong turnout might be for the right this election cycle. Now, we're not a political analysis website. We're not here to debate Ramaswamy versus Atlas, Intel, or anything of that nature. Our point is simply to say that there is a very valuable scenario here that Disney faces a U.S. government come January that reflects a society that has largely turned against their ultra-progressive views of the world. Yeah, that does not look good at all. That is not good for Disney. So, what happens if the Republicans take back the White House and even do so convincingly? What if they have control of both houses of Congress? Things get a little bit more dicey for the House of Mouse than two. For example, Disney has been strongly pushing an agenda called Reimagine Tomorrow. It's a program inside the company with powerful impacts across all of their storytelling, creative processes, and hiring practices. It's so egregiously malignant that the company will actually promote the program by rapidly playing older movies from Disney in a way that suggests they believe Walt's legacy is one of the pale patriarchal force that must be torn down. Forget for a moment that Walt himself worked very hard to make sure a black man starred in one of his movies and received an eternal Oscar for doing so, an award only 2 people have ever received. Likewise, Disney has worked very hard to decimate their own theme park industry with questionable decisions after questionable decisions, tearing down their most popular attractions, for example, to replace it with something that rarely functions, like the Tiana Bayou ride, has been an abysmal mistake, but it's one they don't acknowledge and are therefore likely to make again. Replacing all language in the parks that reference any kind of biological reality for their guests is also something only true to believers in a niche world view could come up with. Disney no longer says ladies and gentlemen in their theme parks. It's dreamers of all ages. To avoid mislabeling someone, cast members are not allowed to call you sir or madam. Instead, it is friend. And believe me when I say that being called friend 50 times a day by strangers will have you feeling like you've stepped into a Mickey Mouse version of the Truman Show at the end of the vacation. God, that's funny, bro. Yeah, man. And there's the result of the theme parks when the people are going to attend. That's 2022. There's 2023. And then from here is 2024. And it's declining. But despite the ongoing corporate calamities caused by Disney devoting itself to divisive policies, nothing would cause the company more damage than government oversight and investigations into their company. Disney could see their executives wheeled in front of Congress to testify about relationships with China on agendas within children's content, as well as what the heck has been going on with municipalities in Florida that are largely gone quiet now. It's the sort of thing that only happens to corporations that turn themselves into particularly partisan entities. You might think of it like the reverse Tesla situation. If Harris wins, Elon loses big. If it goes the other way, we may feel sorry for Bob Iger for the first time ever. But it's not like they didn't earn this one. Both a hostile executive branch and a potential proxy battle are both on the table, especially if the theme parks don't turn things around in November fast, which I doubt they'll turn. Well, so right now, Disney, Bob Iger, they're in a little bit of a pickle, man. So if Trump wins, Disney is in a lot of trouble. And they got to change their shit. They got to change everything that they have done. But if Kamala wins, then they're off the loop. Then everything's going to be fine, and we're going to be in a shithole. We're going to be in a shithole of hell, man. So, guys, I say this now. If you believe in closed borders, if you believe in not having a World War III, if you believe in having no inflation, if you believe in lower gas prices, lower groceries, lower medicines, lower medical insurances, lower mortgage rates, lower car payments, if you believe in not having men and women's sports, if you believe in common fucking sense, I mean, if you believe in making America great again, bro, get out there and vote for Donald Trump. Even if you're in a swing state, get out there and vote. We got to make this too big to rig. All right? So let's go, people. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for being in the channel. I hope you like this video. Please share this video and give us a comment below. Let me know what you guys think of this article. And tell me if you guys are going to vote for Trump or if you're going to go with Harris. You know, I won't mess with you on that. If you want to vote for Harris, that is your opinion. I'm not going to argue against it, but I'm just telling you common sense, man. Think about what Harris has done for these 4 years. She's done nothing. That's all I'm going to tell you, bro. So, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button for me. All right, you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.